Okay, in this video we are going to take a look at some Ruger 1022 history along with some modern translations. But before that, I wanted to point out that the channel's been doing a lot with 22 LR cartridges, and that's all good and well, but that's not all we do. I just got done with taking a Taurus Judge Public Defender, and it originally came in matte stainless, and I thought that was boring. So it was disassembled, fully stripped, fully mirror polished, at which time my wife said that she liked the matte on top. So after it was mirror polished, I went and restored the matte finish, or reapplied the matte finish on the top, which actually works out well because it eliminates the glare when you are aiming. So this is a very silly thing. A lot of people slam on it for just being what it is. Yes, it fires 410 shot shells. It also fires 45 long Colt. This thing was surprisingly accurate at 19 yards. I can put a picture up of the grouping it did there. And then when you run shot shells through it, yeah, it's not going to group worth a damn because it's only got a 2-inch barrel. That is really not the point of this. Range shot shelling is not anything this is ever going to excel at. But being a ridiculous gun, definitely something that it can do. So anyway, that's another one of the things we do. And there are other projects that you'll see along the way. But today, we're going to take a look at a little bit of Ruger history. Another 1022. Seen them before, you'll see them again. This one is 50 years old. How do we tell that? Well, we got a metal butt plate. And we also got a magazine with the slot instead of the hex bolt. But the most telling thing is the barrel stamp that it was made in the 200th year of American Liberty. This was the 1976 Ruger 1022 Liberty model, and what we're going to do today is compare it. Some say that they don't make them like they used to. Is that true? Well, yeah, but let's demonstrate. Because what we have today is a brand new Ruger that was made in the 250th year of American Liberty. And this is the 2026 Ruger Liberty model in carbine hardwood stock form. So let's take a look and see, where have we changed? What's got better? What's got worse? There's no stampings on the barrel of this one at all. No warning labels. No maker's marks. No stamps. We got the regular stamps on the receiver. And as we look, here we've got the stamp made in the 250th year of American Liberty. So we've got two Ruger 1022s that are 50 years apart. What differences do we see? Well, first of all, as I was looking at it, let's drop the mag, and there's your hex bolt that's been on everything from the 80s on. And the logo on the bottom's changed. We just got an R. We got rid of the S. Sturm, what happened? Anyway, as we're looking at this, wow. This has a plastic butt plate, which we expect, but this is actually like almost razor sharp. It didn't cut me, but I mean it is that close. It is that close to cutting. That's way too sharp and way too plastic. But anyway, as I was also taking it out, you can't see, maybe you can hear. Actually you may be able to actually see this. There's a grittiness in some areas of the stock where it just wasn't, the finish wasn't finished. Anyway, let's see what else we see. We see a regular plastic stock, and it's got a fairly heavy trigger. And let's see what kind of bolt open we got. All right, so we got the bolt held open with the lever, and it does not have the newer, at least newer to Ruger, bolt hold open. What else? Same rear sights that are still, that are still metal. This is super disappointing. The barrel clamp is obviously and grossly plastic. And we've got a standard, the regular sight at the end with the brass tip, and no threading. We didn't expect that. The stock is very similar in feel and look. The weight is different. I'll have to get a weight on these. The old one is significantly heavier, and the old one has a proper, I mean, I'm not a big fan of the barrel clamp in the first place, but if there's going to be a barrel clamp, it better be metal. And also the metal trigger, which is something that sought after even today. Let's take it off safe, and no mag clear. It's still a heavier trigger, but the old one's smoother than the new one. Not surprising, the new one probably needs to be broken in. Let's get a trigger weight on these. Hold on. All right, let's see what we got for a trigger weight. The old one, first one's 7.4 pounds. That seems a lot. It feels a lot though too. Okay, 4.96. That sounds better. Right at 5 pounds. That sounds about right. 4.8. Okay, yeah. First one, user error. That's why you got to do these multiple times just to make sure. 5.6. 4.7. Okay, so it's just shy of 5 pounds. And let's see what the new one is. Fresh out of the box, the new one's going to give us 5.38. 6.06. 6.06. I reset it before. Was that 2 in a row? I don't know. 4.26. 4.38. That's what it very well could be breaking in. I mean, it just came out of the box. 4.22. Are we loosening up that much? We are loosening up that much. It definitely, it's still gritty, but it's going a lot quicker with a lot less force. Okay. Underneath, another difference, as I was looking, we got the old one has the slotted screw to hold the action in, and the new one has the hex head screw to hold the action in. The old one obviously has the old style bolt holdback that requires some properly aligned movement to release. Looks like the new one also has some reliefs cut on either side of the trigger assembly or in front of the trigger assembly, which means you can probably take the action in and out without having the safety centered, which is that's a nice change. Obvious plastic trigger guard, trigger assembly. The bolt is the old style bolt that uses an extractor with a long plunger. The new style bolt, the newest style bolt, at least from Ruger, does not have that. They changed that design a little bit. Anyway, let's see how they shoot real quick. Okay, I've got 10 rounds of Winchester Super X Game & Target loaded in each magazine. The Winchester, those rounds just gave me a heck of a problem with a Rossi pistol, so I'm not sure if they are, I want to put this in the right way, if they are going to be problematic or not. We're going to see how these run, and if they end up being problematic, I will swap them out for some Federal. But I've got a target at 50 yards and eyes that are terrible, so we're not going to worry too much about grouping. We'll take a look and see, but I'm not expecting much. Let's just see, look and feel of where these are at. It'd be a click. Okay. Let's go see if that hit the target at all. I'm actually a little surprised at this. With iron sights at that distance, I think that's a pretty good group. On the right, you can see last week's project where I was sighting in a 22. There are 3 groups that move from a little bit below the paper to low on the paper to in the center, and that's 22 with a scope versus 22 offhand. I don't think this is bad. Okay, since the old one wasn't bad, let's hope the new one can at least match it. And I'm not a fan of iron sights, but it's nice that these two have the same iron sights, so at least I can use the same aiming convention. Wow, this trigger seemed like it stiffened up again. That didn't sound right. Click. Okay. First thing I would do with either one of these is get rid of the trigger and put at least a BX trigger in. There's so much of a difference in controllability and feel with the BX trigger versus these standard triggers that they came with 50 years ago and they're coming with now. There's no comparison. But let's go see what we did with the new one. Okay, I aimed a little bit lower and a little bit to the right with the new one, and that's pretty much exactly what we're seeing with the grouping. Very, very similar grouping to the old one. So looks like in 50 years they're making a very similar gun with a little bit more plastic and a little bit more plastic. So anyway, let's go back to the bench. Overall, is there a difference? There's really not a lot of difference other than now you can see the difference in a old walnut finish and the new, I think they call it walnut. I'm not sure. I'd have to check their spec sheet, but the materials of the old one are definitely better. The butt plate and the trigger assembly and the barrel clamp are definitely better on the old one as well. Aesthetically, I like that the new one doesn't have all of the warning roll marks on the barrel and only has the one warning on the side of the receiver saying read the manual. But that's just following current manufacturing laws at the time they were built. So there's no real difference there. In general, they're two very, very similar guns. Both are available. The 250th year is available now, and I think I think the retail price on it's $350. You can get it for $300, I think. And the old one, the 200th year, those are selling again right about the same price. If you look on the used market, the 250th year or the 200th year of Liberty 1022 is right around $300 as well. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you think and what you want to see next. I have the newest 34002 that we did and saw in the previous videos. I got another couple of those in, so I can grab one of those out and do any comparisons with these if you'd like to see. I also have a couple things built and to be built. Some Black Rain Ordnance Bro 22s, Daria TM 22 Standard, I think. Couple interesting options to compare. If you're interested in any of that, let me know and I can put something together. Still trying to decide what, how, and where this channel is going to go, so open to any suggestions. I've got a lot of ideas and ADHD. So if you have an idea, throw it out there, and hopefully I can get to it quickly. If not, I'll probably move on to something else. But either way, let me know in the comment section what you think, and please be nice, don't be meanies. But if you're going to be meanies, at least be funny meanies. So I will see you next time, YouTube. Bye.